This might be one of our last looks at all the pretty colors right here. It's about in the 50s out here and dropping temperature. We have rain on the way, but it's cloudy and dark, just barely after daylight. I'm fishing. Got my buddy Lewis Shaw back there in the back of the boat. His brother Jeff, his good-looking brother Jeff. Best-looking brother in the family you got, right, Lewis?
Yeah,
best-looking
right.
brother you got. And you look at the trees, it might be, they're not as bright and beautiful because of the cloud cover, and it's just barely after daylight. We've already caught one about 3 pounds. But we got rain coming, so I don't know how much we'll fight it out here. But you can take a look at the trees. I kind of think that this cold front we got coming in right now and rain is probably it's only going to rain today, but it's going to start in a couple hours. 100% chance, we like that. Wind blowing 20 miles an hour out of the north. We're getting over here and getting out of the wind. And Lewis is practicing landing the fish, another good fish, about the same size as the one I caught. That one's a little bit bigger maybe than the one I caught. What do you think, Lewis? Is that one bigger?
I think so.
How did I know you? Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, let me zoom in here. We'll make it look bigger. That's a pretty nice one. Yeah, there you go. Putting the Roland Martin. I talked to Roland Martin's wife this morning, so you try to put the Roland on me. That's good right there. That's good. Anyway, and I don't know where fishing has got to do right in the middle of this antlers video, other than that's what we're doing. But you can take a look at the trees. They're absolutely gorgeous. Some still got the green in them, some yellow and some red all at the same time, and that's a beautiful tree. That area right over there, that area right over there is about as good as it gets. So I don't know how much the trees can get any better than what they are right now, but it looks awfully nice. And we're going to fish until it starts raining on us, and I think when it starts raining, we probably will run to the hidey hole for a little while or see what happens. And we need the rain and we need to fish both. All righty, I tell you what, I want to go up and to the pens and show you some things and let you know what's going on up there on this video, and kind of end this video because we've just sort of run out of time, and it's cold, it's windy, it's raining. It's rained a little bit over 4/10 of an inch, and the wind's blowing. I'm sitting in the mule right now. I've got my telephone up behind the windshield, so I'm blocking the wind. But we're going to get up there, and I've got some carrots, and I'm not going to go inside because it's just muddy. I would go inside the pens because I got something special to show you up there. But we'll go up there and see what happens, and see if we can't use the carrots and get some things done. So let's just get on up there and get this show on the road. Okay, I got my carrots, and I'm gonna go see what I can find. I'm looking, there's a buck right there. Let's go over here and get kind of close and see. We've got this guy in here with a few does, and I'm gonna go over here and see if I can get him to get a little bit closer to the edge and throw him a few carrots. You know, these bucks here will eat out of my hands. This is not the biggest one of the two we have here. And I'm not going in because, again, it's muddy. And I can go in that pen right there. There's a lot of rocks, but I'm not going to. I'm going to come over here and see if I can get kind of close to this guy and take a good look at him. Many of y'all have said we haven't been up here lately, and we haven't. I mean, we've been here. We just hadn't shot any video here. But I'm going to get over here. We'll get kind of close to him and see what he'll do. I think this one is the one that will eat out of my hands a little bit better. And he's right there. We'll get over here kind of close, and I'll turn this camera around, see what we can do. Okay, there we are. We can get a really nice look at him. You can see he's wet. It's wet. You can see he's done a lot of rubbing on that one side. He's got that one side rubbed white from rubbing it around, and he's paying a lot of attention to me. You look and see how big and beautiful he is. I'll see if I can't get this sort of a little halfway level here. It's very unlevel, but he smells those carrots, and he wants those carrots. Let's see if I can find him here. There he is right there. That's a beautiful look at him. See, he's got his nose up there, and I'm just gonna get what I can here and see if I can level this up. It's not gonna be great, Yeah, let me see. He's wanting some carrots. I think I can feed him out of my hands. Look, isn't that beautiful? All right, let's see what I can. Okay, I've turned it back around here. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, what you doing? I don't really know exactly. My doggone thumb. I can't get much with my thumb there because this is the deal on my thumb. You see that right there? I cut the end of my thumb off with those. And you can see I cut it all the way around. I took the Band-Aid come off. I need to put a new one on it, but yuck, yuck, yuck. Come here, buddy. Looky here. Looky here what I got. Looky here. Look how beautiful that deer is. Look at the size. Look at the size of that guy. Will you look at the size of him? Let's see if I can move this up here a little bit closer where we can get a look at him this way. And I don't know if I can get this over here. I can get him to come here, come here, come here. Look at here, come here, come here. Well, now he's going to go away. Here, look at here, come here, come here, come here and get some of these carrots. Well, there he's coming back. There he's coming back. Look how big he looks. Now, one of the reasons he looks a lot bigger right now, be honest with you, looky here. Yeah, you'll eat out of my hand. There we go. That's my boy. That's my boy. Eat out of my hand. Yeah. Yeah. Now, he's ripped his tag off also. That's one of the things about tagging them in the ear. Many times they'll catch. He's got one, two, he got brow tines there. It's got splits off of both of them. And he's just a little nervous, you know. But one of the reasons that he looks so big, and he looks really bigger than he's looked in a long time, one of the reasons they look so big when it's cold like this and raining is their hair is hollow on a deer. So that means that, and I don't know if they can know that they're doing it or what, but they will actually, the air expands inside their hair and it kind of blows up a little bit. And when it does that, I'll set those down. When it does that, when it blows up like that, it makes them look like they're fluffed up a little bit. And I've seen Lucy back when it would snow. She would lay on the porch and she would have like an inch of snow all over. And you know with her being warm that snow should be melting. And let me turn this thing back around real quickly so we can take a look at him. But, oh, he probably was interested in that doe. We've got him in here with a few does, shaking that water off. It's actually pretty much stopped raining right now, but you can see just how big and beautiful he looks. Camera's having a hard time knowing whether to focus on the deer or on the wire. And the reason I'm on the outside is because it's muddy inside the pen. I just don't want to walk through all that mud. But you can see that big doe right there, how big and beautiful she looks also. Where is she? There she is right there. Oh, ho, ho, here we go. He run at that doe. And he wasn't mad at her. That was an amorous run. Look at him. Chasing inside the pen. She can't get away. Those does right there on the other side. But one is on this side. And that's why he left the carrots. He left the carrots and he's interested in the doe on the other side. She's tempting him there. I know that the focus is rolling in and out. She's definitely tempted him. And it's foggy and rainy and just kind of nasty, but it's cold. It's really cold. But you can see him there, and you can see that how big and beautiful he looks, how fat he is and healthy. And he's hopefully breeding the does that we've got him in here to breed with. Let's go take a look at the other little buck. This is his first antlers. That's his first set of antlers. The deer on the other side are running from him, and he's in here. But there's a buck over there too. Let's go take a look at him. Okay, here's something pretty amazing here. I don't know, it may have already ended, but I've got a buck on the outside that's trying to fight this little buck on the inside, and I think he walked off. I just saw him. Yeah, he's gone. I don't see him out there now. But he was trying to fight this little buck here through the fence. There he is off out there. There he is right out there. You see him? Can you see him out there? Can you see him? I'm trying to hold carrots and do all this, but there he is. Pretty nice buck. I'm zoomed all the way out now.
And again, I'm shooting through 2 fences now, one right beside me and one way out there. That's a wild buck. He's not one that we've had around here, I don't think. I don't recognize that buck. No, I don't recognize that buck at all, but he's probably 6 or 7 points on each side. And right there, and he was trying to fight him through the fence. And that's the best of my 2 little yearling bucks that we've got in here with does to breed. And that deer's, that's how they are about fighting. I mean, this guy's not smart enough to know that that deer cannot get to his does. So he's trying to fight him. Look how big and beautiful he is. That's a 1-year-old deer, and that's his first horns. He's gorgeous. We've got him with several does. See how his neck is swollen. You see how he's matured so much. Y'all have seen those. You hadn't seen them lately, but you've been watching these deer since they was little bitty babies. And you can look at him, and I'm going to try to get over there. That other deer, I don't know if he left or what. I guess he did. But I'm going to try to get over there and see if I can get up a little closer and get him to eat some carrots. I don't know if we can or not. And I'm going to walk all the way around the pen. Be sure and stay till the end of this video because something special is going to happen as soon as I get around to the other side of that pen. Some of you might be able to guess. You can start put your thinking caps on right now and guess what might happen before I get to the other side of that pen. Sorry about that thing changing focus. It's the automatic. It's the phone wanting to focus on the deer as opposed. I thought he might smell the carrots and come over here with me because I got a bag of carrots. I didn't feed too many of them the other deer because he lost interest and walked off. Some of these does ought to come up to me and want to get these carrots. Let's keep walking around the pen and see if we can get over there and maybe get him a little bit closer to us. Okay, I moved over here on this side to see what happened. I pulled my hood down and doggone if it didn't start because it quit raining, doggone if it didn't start raining again. But I moved over here to see what might be happening. I throwed some carrots out there, and this is where the buck was a minute ago. As I moved over there, he moved way back over there, so he's not anywhere around. I do have a doe or two coming up here. I'm going to see if I can entice them in with a few carrots. Some of these does, you know, come and eat out of my hands that's in here. Some of them don't, but I'm trying to get them up here close. They see those carrots fall down. Once they get up here closer, they will start smelling them and hopefully come on in here a little bit closer and we can take a look at them. But you can see they're just big beautiful does. Look at that one right there. I'll just put that in there on her, and she's gorgeous. I got carrots out there they're wanting to come up there and eat. Got quite a few. I got another one coming up here. Let me turn the camera around where I can really focus in on them and see what happens. Yeah, got a pole right in between me and the deer, obviously. But I've got a few deer out there, 3 or 4 that come over here. I'd like to get that little buck to come over here, and he might, particularly since I got some of the does gathered around me over here. But throw a few carrots in there and see if I can get them to come. Now, the little deer that you see running around, oh, here comes the buck coming over here. Here he comes. I wanted to get a good close look at him if I could. As I move this around, everything is all out of balance and out of whack. Get that thing, every time I balance it up, I got my tripod's broke, so it's becoming more difficult. But that little buck is coming over here pretty close, so we might be able to get a little bit of a look at him. I want to throw some carrots out there. He does love carrots. Oh yeah, we're going to be able to get a good look at him. Now he might be coming over here because that doe's here, but when he finds the carrots, he's going to like that. But we can get as good a look at him. We'll put this down and kind of try to zoom in there a little bit on him. See what I can do. He's got a few carrots there to eat. There we go. Get a really good look at his antlers. You can see he's all fluffed up, looking mighty mature. That's his very first horns as well. The other buck has split the tag out of his ear. This one still does have a tag. His very first horns, and you can look how big and fat that deer is. We've got him sitting here with several does that we're hoping he's breeding. He has no competition, even though he was fighting a buck through the fence like they do. And we'll get a nice, really good look at him. And you can see that he came over and ate some carrots, but you can see what he is very, very interested in. The little baby deer that you see running around, I think that's it right there in the dead middle. The little baby deer is the little buck. And he is following his mama around, but he's really cognizant of that big buck because you see him run the other way, that big buck will get after him, no doubt about it. Another big doe come in here close by to eat. Beautiful. But that little baby deer is a little buck that was born in September. You can see him running back over there, the smallest deer in the pen. Pretty good size. He's a little baby buck that was born in September. We had twin bucks. The other buck died, and he was much healthier than this one. This is the one, if you remember, some of you remember back, and I'd pick him up and put him down. He'd just sprawl out. He wouldn't even lay down. He couldn't even lay down. And we doctored him and messed with him. Now, that may be him right there. But anyway, he's one of those. He's the small. I think that's him right there. I'm sorry, I was maybe looking at the wrong deer. That was just a small doe I was looking at, because that's a lot tinier right there. So that must be him right there. That must be him. Yeah, that doe that's running, just running from that buck. But you can see what's going on there. But that little guy right there was just pitiful. And now what we worry about, now you see the other buck walked over there to kind of challenge that other buck. We got enough room in there. He should be able to stay away from him, and I don't think he's going to stomp that buck or anything. But it's dangerous to have that little baby buck in there. But hopefully he's got enough does in there that he won't mess with them and everything will be fine. So let's go look, and let me see. It's raining again, so I'm going to have to cover my head back up. But it's raining again, and I want to show you a special surprise. Okay, I'm going to throw some carrots in here. I'm going to throw some carrots in here. One of the things you might notice, I'll show you, is that the outside of this pen is just worn down. The grass is all worn down. And the reason it is deer, bucks on the outside wanting to fight the bucks on the inside. One of the bucks on the outside that's wanting to fight the bucks on the inside is that man right there. That man right there. You see who that is? Yes, sir, that's right. That's Mr. Forrest. We did put Mr. Forrest back in the pen. Look at him right there. He said, there's my boss, Jimmy, and he's brought me carrots. He has 9 does with him. We put him in there with 9 does. Now, some of them might or might not have been bred by one of the 2 yearling bucks, but we wanted to get him in there and let him finish the job and also keep him safe from anything that might happen outside. So there's Mr. Forrest. Some of you have been saying, Jimmy, you're an idiot not to put Forrest back in the pen with some of those does, and I agreed with you. But I do want him breeding outside also. But he's so enamored, and he knows some of these girls intimately from last year and the year before. So he's back in the pen. You can see I got him up here really close, looking at him. He's eating the carrots. He's just a big, beautiful buck, big and wide, and just absolutely doing fantastic. Chomping down on the carrots I've thrown in there. I could probably get him to eat some of the carrots out of my hand through the fence. I might try that, see what happens. Let me set this thing down. I broke one of the legs on this tripod, so I've got both tripods broken now. How about that? I'm going to set him down and see if I can get him to eat some out of my hand. It may not be level, it may not be a great picture. We'll see what happens. Well, as I said that, wouldn't you know it? Look in the pen behind me. Now, this is a big double pen, and it goes way up there, goes on the other side of that building, the same as what I have down below. Looky here what I've got here. Looky here. Here is Wild Child come walking up to me. Here, Wild Child. Here, baby. Here, baby. Looky here. Looky there. Wild Child come walking up to me down this fence line. I don't know if there's a buck after or what. Here, Wild Child. Here, baby. I got some more carrots here. I have more. Isn't this something? She just happened to be walking by and walked right up to me. Hi, baby. I don't know what I'm shooting there. I just got the camera pointing at her and holding it with one hand. She's looking around. There's probably a buck after her right now, too. Come here, baby. Looky here. She's looking. I thought she heard me talking and was coming up to me, but I don't know if that's the case or not. Well, I think something's bugging her, because look at the way she's looking. Looky there, she left. I don't see a buck down there. There must be a buck right there, and probably a wild one. He's not going to walk up to me like she did. But Mr. Forrest, who was so interested, and there's that buck over there. Mr. Forrest, who was so interested in the carrots and eating right here, and I was about to get him to eat out of my hand, While I changed things around and going to eat out of my hand, Mr. Forrest disappeared. Now, one or two of his girls come back over here, but he took off after the girls. And I was going to feed him by hand, and he takes off after the girls. So that's the rut. The most important thing to him, without any shadow of a doubt, is the rut. And there he is. Some of the does coming back, and he's coming back. He has 9 does over there with him. That's right, 9 does over there with him. And I think the other deer have 4 and 3, plus that little buck in there. So one's got, and we hope that that guy doesn't mess up with that little baby buck. But we're going to leave that little baby buck in there and hope that everything goes fine with it. We'll see what happens in the deal over there. That's just that's a baby doe right over there, but she's big enough to breed and probably will be bred by that buck. And the other smaller buck that was born in September, we hope he makes it through, because look at, there's Forrest back there behind me, chasing those does, chasing those does. Let me get out real quick. Here he is coming up right here. Let's see what he does when he comes up here. He's interested in that doe. There's a carrot or two out there. I'll stop and eat the carrot. And then he's going to go on chasing the doe. And oh, there's Wild Child still right there. Wild Child, and he go over. I can smell those does myself. I can actually smell those does. I got a good whiff right there. I got a good whiff of a doe. I sure did. I sure did. Well, he was right there. He was right there and he disappeared. And that's oh, come on, camera. That was a wild deer. He was right there, but he's after Wild Child. And then these other bucks are trying to keep him away from Wild Child. Of course they can't. But looky there, he's over there. Now that other buck must have walked back that way. And look at here, here's Forrest right here. And they're just mad about this other buck over here after Wild Child. You know, we're wanting Wild Child, of course, to get bred. Hoping, hearing grunt. Forrest just grunted at her up there. He's grunting again. He's grunting. He's looking at that deer. That deer was out there a minute ago. Woo! This is so exciting. This is so very exciting. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm looking right now and there's no deer around me. But I know that deer is right down there, right below those weeds. I can't see him. But this is exciting to be out here. It's cold, it's rainy, it's wet. My hands are cold. I need to put my gloves on. I need to get in and out of this weather. But spectacular, absolutely. Getting out and getting in the middle of the rut like this, I've never really done it that much, but getting out and getting in the middle of the rut where you have deer that, and here's Forrest come back over here again. And he's not pacing this because of me. He's pacing it because of this buck that's out here. I tried to feed him some carrots and he wouldn't even pay attention to me. Wouldn't even pay attention to me because that buck's right there and he's wanting to fight that buck. And I mentioned a minute ago, look at the edge of this pen. See the edge of this? That's the outside. That is deer walking on the outside and those bucks walking on the outside trying to get to the does inside. And they find somebody like Wild Child out there, they're chasing her. And she's ready, and there's no doubt about it, the way they're acting, all three of these bucks are after her. And it's just like in the rest of the world, it's all up to the girls. You can be ready. If the girls ain't ready, ain't nothing gonna happen. That's all I can say. But I gotta get out of this cold weather. It's not drastically cold, but with the wind blowing and the wet, 40 some odd degrees is pretty chilly out here, I gotta admit, and as long as I've been out here in it too. But so we're gonna end this video. It's been exciting out here, and we're running out of week. That happens every week. You run out of week no matter what happens. So we're gonna get in and out of this. Thanks for watching this thing. Share this video with your friends. This is real deer, no doubt about that. Real deer right in the middle of the rut, as close as you can get to rutting bucks and not get killed. Guys and girls, remember, I sure do love you. Oh, I love these deer. This is so much fun.